What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy NextGen720, and I am back with another video. And yes, next generation talk is heating up. Every other week there's a leak. Every other week there's a industry insider. Every other day you have a YouTube channel talking about it, like I said. And some people, hey, it's too soon to be talking about next generation, but believe it or not, it's going on 5 years. The PS4 and the Xbox One launched back in November 2013. It's going on 5 years. Now, normally, a console would typically be out for 4 to 5 years, then we get new hardware. What happened with the PS3 and the Xbox 360 was extremely unhealthy as far as, they sold a lot of consoles, sold a lot of software, but as far as technology, So, the 360 came out in 2005, the PS3 came out in 2006, and they was on the market for 8 or 9 years, before we got new hardware. This generation, we got something new, which is called mid-gen refreshes with the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, But again, they are not new consoles or new generation. The Pro and the X, which is meant to run what you already have a little better, right? Some people didn't upgrade, some people did. But again, whether you like it or not, the next generation, and I'm excited, is here with us, Now, rumor has it, let me share the article with you guys. It says Sony to brief developers about the PlayStation 5 at this year's PlayStation Devcon. Says Sony is holding PlayStation Devcon 2018 very soon, and the PlayStation 5 could make an appearance there. The event could be the first time Sony briefs developers about their new consoles. Maybe to the public, but the big wigs, the big dogs, whether the Rockstar, the Activision, the EA, they already got their hands on next generation, more or less dev. They may not know the exact specs, but Sony and Microsoft, they tell developers, give them the bigger ones, around about what the hardware will be and what it'll be capable of, and they just make computers have around those, fitting around those specs there, and then they more fine tune it when it gets, they get more and more information. But like I said, this DevCon 2018 is more of a, even though they will have NDAs for the industry, more or less, everyone, some indies, some, a lot of more companies, hey, listen, we're working on, these are the specs, we're going to be shipping out dev kits X, Y, and Z. They talk about a lot, so they get their feedback from the developers, what they want, what they're looking for. Anyway, it says this event could be the first time Sony briefs developers about their new console publicly. PlayStation Devcon is a developer-only event that Sony uses information and exchange information, like I said, with the developers by making content for the PlayStation platform. The event is mostly on the technical side, with Sony reported to have briefed developers heavily on the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation VR back in 2016 before the Pro was even announced. So this year's DevCon is being held in London. Seems super secret, with Sony not talking about it at all. Even if you browse the website, every single detail about the event is hidden. If you're not invited to the event, seems super suspicious if you ask me. Now, what are my thoughts? I say it's no-brainer. Whether you like it or not, seems like, again, like more or less, like I said, Sony's already came out publicly and said that they're officially working on the PlayStation 5, that it exists. I don't see them talking about it now, and the console's not going to come out from 2 years from now. So 2019, looks like we may have the PlayStation 5 on the market, and I don't expect, if it's coming out in 2019, and I don't expect Microsoft to be too far behind with the Xbox 2 or Xbox Scarlet. They may both launch again in November. I'm excited, man. Gaming is gaining bigger, getting better. They look like they did a magnificent job with Red Dead Redemption 2. People love it. It just looks like I'm about to play it now for the first time. People love it on the Xbox One X. It really shows, what the hardware is capable of doing. But much the only question I have for you guys, or period, if if they already, you know, some game, I know Red Dead Redemption is native 4K on the Xbox One X. What are going to be the promises for next generation? You know what I mean? Will 4K 60 be the mandatory? You know, if we already getting 4K 30 in some games now, with the Xbox One X, and some even the Pro, we're talking about a next generation. The Pro was what 4.64 T flops, so I expect the PlayStation 5 to be at least twice as powerful as the Pro. The Xbox One X is what 6 T flops. We'll keep it even. So I expect the successor to the X to be at least at a minimum 10 T flops. So is that too much to ask for? Like I said, you know, and you know, we right now they use those Jaguar Core mobile CPUs. Horrible. To have a beefier CPU in it, maybe Ryzen, a lower end of Ryzen, to expect 4K 60, but we're gonna see what it is. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Are you ready for next generation? Do you think it's gonna start in 2019, or some of you guys saying 2020? I just find it kind of hard to believe for all the stuff that be coming out. Sony or even Microsoft coming out. They said it. Microsoft said it at E3. You know, they were already working on the successor to the Scarlet. I'm sorry, to the Xbox One X. We're talking about new hardware, and we're 2 years away. Like, to me, that just really doesn't make any sense. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comment section below.